Breaking news, the Democrats have surrendered. They are coming back. They're no longer going to be ditching the quorum. They gave up. They lost. And, what did Beto Hussein O'Rourke, the cultural appropriator, say? This is great. He said this, this morning or yesterday? Listen to this.
We are in a basketball game right now, if you'll excuse the metaphor, where the refs have left the arena. And the other side is just clobbering the shit out of us, just punching us in the face, kicking us in the nuts. And we're kind of throwing our hands up and we're asking the crowd, the people of America, hey, do you see what's going on here? This is unfair.
This is unfair. This is unfair.
This isn't the rules that we agreed to play by. Well, who cares about the fucking rules right now? Punch back, kick back, dunk over their heads, and win some fucking power.
First of all, the massive potty mouth, foul mouth might get you claps and cheers and screams, but that's not going to get you votes. More importantly, though, he's been neutered. Beto Hussein O'Rourke, as if he wasn't neutered enough with his beta male personality, waving his hands all over the place, has been totally neutered because the great Attorney General of the great state of Texas, Ken Paxton, got or TRO, temporary restraining order, from a judge against Beto Hussein O'Rourke from fundraising and giving money to Democrats that are fleeing on the lam. In fact, here we go. This is from Ken Paxton. Beto told me to come and take it, so I did, and I beat him in court. Now he still thinks he's above the law, so I'm working to put him behind bars. Beto Hussein O'Rourke was going to be thrown in jail for what he was doing. The Democrats were going to lose their seats, lose their parking spots, which is probably the most important thing to them besides losing their seats. They have to pick up their checks in person. I mean, this has been much better. Not as good as they should be, but much better than last time. So let me go on, though, because this is great. Literally, where's the fight? Where's the fight from the Democrats? Where's their fight? I thought they were in this to win it. I thought they were Howard Dean. Ah! So this is great. This is great. Let me read you what Ken Paxton said about Beto Hussein O'Rourke. But isn't this great? This is such a terrible loss for the Democrats. A national issue. Then all of a sudden, what happens? They kind of go off into the sunset and put their tail between their legs and move on. So let me continue on here. Ken Paxton says, Beto told me to come and take it. So I did, and I beat him in court. Now he still thinks he's above the law. So I'm working to put him behind bars. Excellent. He says, Robert Francis, a.k.a. Beto Hussein O'Rourke, the cultural appropriator, flagrantly and knowingly violated the court order I secured that prevents him from raising funds and distributing any more Beto bribes. It's time to lock him up. By the way, so the judge issued a TRO, temporary restraining order, last week from Hussein O'Rourke fundraising on the effort, which is this is what killed them. They literally didn't stand for anything. They didn't stand for their convictions. The money dried up and the threats came out, and so they came home. O'Rourke, of course, this is from Breitbart, has a criminal past. Arrested for DWI, remember that, in 98? And then later, police officers present at the scene of a 98 arrest says he was trying to flee the scene of a crime. Also, he was, I believe, tagged and bagged for criminal trespass, I think, on UTEP for being a punk that he is. Anyway, so also wanted to share with you on this. So they lost. It's over. All this grandeur, all this fleeing to Illinois, to California, to Boston, only to come back in what? I don't know, a week or two? What did they get? What did they get in return? Nothing! Absolutely nothing! I have nothing for you. I came back with empty pockets. Also, by the way, the flood response legislation, that was on hold. People who lost their homes, businesses, livelihoods, in some case their loved ones. This is from the Dallas Morning News, quoting what Dustin Burrows, the Speaker of the House, the Rhino Speaker of the House that we have. Democrats have insisted they would come back if Burrows promised the flood relief bills. Oh, this is great. Democrats said, "Oh, we'll come back if you put the flood relief bills first, like little babies. We want to control what the agenda is. You didn't win. You're not in the majority. You don't have a governor. You don't have a lieutenant governor. So you lose. And guess what? You lose again." So that's beautiful. The Democrats have surrendered. Their fight is they don't have a fight, and they lost. This is it. They lose, and guess what? The Senate This also happened when the Senate, Texas House, excuse me, the Texas Senate, we passed in the Senate today the 5 districts for Republican districts. This is great because that means, what's her name? What's the clown? What's the what's the clown from, South Dallas, who took over for Eddie Bonays Johnson, EBJ? Uh, Jasmine Crockett. She's screwed. She's gonna lose her district. Okay, good luck with that. That's so awesome. Thwack. Maybe she could run for Senate. Oh, wait, she won't win that either. Oh, speaking of Beto Hussein O'Rourke, I forgot to mention how he ran for the Senate in 2018 and lost, how he ran for president and lost, and how he ran for governor. I literally forgot he ran for governor in 2022 and he lost. Come on, Beto, come back for a fourth. You can do it. All right, DC. Did you know the assistant chief of the DC Metropolitan Police, who is now the acting chief, doesn't know what the phrase chain of command means? Listen closely.
That's what the chain of command is now?
What does that mean?
Well, is it Pam Bondi speaking to the mayor, speaking to you, or how does this work?
So the executive order is clear.
Muriel Bowser comes in to actually handle it like a grown-up. So this assistant chief, once again, does not know what the chain of command means. I mean, dude, I think I've known that since I was, 15.
That's what the chain of command is now?
What does that mean?
Well,
That is the chief of one of the largest police departments in America, presumably. Isn't that amazing? She does not know what the chain of command means, and she's at the head of the chain of command for the police department. All right, what else do I have here? Washington Post SCAR school poll in May. Half of those surveyed in D.C. in the capital said crime was either extremely serious or very serious problem. Half. I like what Axios said, where Democrat strategists, they're quoting them. They say Democrats need to meet voters where they are. Stop relying on statistics to try to talk them out of how they feel. You're wrong. Your feelings are wrong. It's just it's an embarrassment. I like what Joe Scarborough said. You've heard it all day, I'm sure, in the news, that his friends that are Democrats are texting him saying it's dangerous, this and that, and then publicly they're attacking Trump for what they're doing, but privately loving it. So, what a disgrace! Grow up here and be real. They're afraid to be real. Um, more on the what I got here for you. I got a whole bunch more. Oh, by the way, here's some more DC stuff. If DC were a state, it would be the first nation, the first in the nation for murders. If DC was a state, now think of this. Think of states like Texas, think of states like New York or Chicago, um, or I'm trying to think of most states have a couple of medium to large cities. So, do you understand that one city, if it was a state, would literally be the first in the nation for murders as a state? What does that tell you? It is incredibly dangerous and incredibly scary. Trump is right to surge. I love it. I'm loving every bit of it. Okay, now let's go to Cincinnati with the beatdown. This is really, really sick. You have a man calling himself a pastor, and you have the Cincinnati press calling these leaders in the black community have called for the police to arrest a white man who was seen slapping another man. Now, the white man was one of the people who got the beatdown, but detectives said that was already after the beatdown stuff started. All I know is you have the mayor who is now terrified of the black community in Cincinnati who are threatening him, and they're demanding, listen to this, they're demanding, you'll hear this in a second, they're demanding that the police department and the DA's office press charges within 24 hours of this white guy who slapped somebody, that one of the people there, one of the black people there. So if you don't get that, or else. So now you have the woke leftist mayor, whose name is difficult to pronounce for me, Pirival. He went on to say additional charging decisions will be made as soon as possible. In other words, coming right up. Your order coming right up. Justice, even if it's rigged, coming right up. This is how you appease terrorists, because people that are thugs and are beating people down and terrorizing them are terrorists. You don't have to be a radical Islamist to be a terrorist. So, this is insane. But let me play you these people, because this is really wicked and sick. You've got some wicked and sick people that are saying these things. Let me play it for you. You got to hear this. This is today press conference among the black community. at a church.
The black community of this city demands to be respected.
Who or what?
Hold on, we're gonna stop right. The black community of this city demands to be respected. Let me tell you one of the first things I learned. One of the first things I learned when I was getting the last part of my marriage, healing it, which by God's grace, our marriage is thriving, and our marriage has been healed for several years now. But one of the last pieces of the equation was me learning a lot in a marriage mentoring program. And if you're me or the father or the head of the household, if you are at dinner and you say, I'm the head of this household, you are not. You have lost control if you have to assert that you are in charge. So let's rewind back on this because it's the exact same principle for this guy.
The black community of this city demands to be respected.
You don't demand to be respected. You earn your respect. Or, I mean, I hate to say a cliche, you earn your respect, but you I'm not going to respect you if you don't respect yourselves or others. And that behavior is disrespectful. And you're backing terrorists slash thugs. I'm not going to respect you at all. It's really sick. This was from a church, I believe. Had a press conference at a church, and that is really sick. What a wicked way to lead your congregation and people that you claim to be leading. What a sick and wicked thing to do. Let's start over, and we'll play it from the top.
The black community of this city demands to be respected.
Who or what was the proximate cause of the violence? And we know it was that slap.
We're demanding prosecution in the next 24 hours.
The video speaks for itself.
Because those 6 individuals were charged with aggravated assault, which is a felony, the white guy incited or urged 6 other people to commit a felony.
The method by which this situation has been handled raises serious questions as to whether there's bias involved in the investigation.
Let me go back a second because this is crazy here.
Which is a felony. Individuals were charged with aggravated assault, which is a felony. The white guy incited or urged 6 other people to commit a felony.
It's the white guy's fault that the 6 thugs beat the living hell out of these folks, almost killed them. It's the white guy's fault. He slapped someone. It's the white guy's fault.
The method by which this situation has been handled raises serious questions as to whether there's bias involved in the investigation. It also brings
yes
into question the possibility of a lack of integrity and whether there's something else to hide.
Yeah, there's something to hide. It's called you're trying to hide the truth and blame somebody else. It's really sick. It's really sick. Very, very sick. Okay, now I want to do this. I'm not a sports guy, and I don't follow Nebraska sports. I fill in from time to time for the Big Talk station in Omaha, as well as many, many others. But this guy, Nebraska freshman Archie Wilson, is a real man. This is how I want my son to be. This is how I want all of our young men to be when they are 10,000 miles from their home and they're asked if they miss their family and what it's like being away, and you break down. This is a real man. I'm so proud of this young man. I really am. This is so touching. Here he is, Nebraska. He's a kicker, I guess. He can kick with both of his feet, both of his legs. Very interesting. Here he is.
So what's it like being first time you're away from them?
Yeah, that part's hard. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, I love them a lot. Yeah, I got 2 little brothers and a mum and dad, and yeah, that's the tough part about being here. I love them a lot and I miss them, but it's I mean, they know this is what's best for me, and it's good. I can still talk to them plenty over the phone, and they're coming here to see the first few games, so I'm looking forward to that.
I'm very proud of him. I know where his parents are, and at that point, you know what this is like. You want to just drop whatever it takes to go and see your son and comfort him. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing that just happened right there, and I'm really proud of that young man. And he's been raised right, and I wish him all the best.